tolerates all kinds of adverse conditions due to the karma of his past deeds, who engages always in your devotional service with his mind, body, and words, and who always offers obeisances unto you, is certainly a bona fide candidate for becoming your unalloyed devotee. The Bhattacharya recited. One who seeks your compassion. And thus tolerates all kinds of adverse conditions. Due to the karma of his past deeds. Who engages always in your devotional service. With his mind, words, and body. And who always offers obeisances unto you. Is certainly a bona fide candidate for becoming your unalloyed devotee. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. When reciting this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.8, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya changed the original reading from Mukti Pade to Bhakti Pade. Mukti means liberation, and merging into the impersonal Brahman effulgence. Bhakti means rendering transcendental service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of having developed pure devotional service, the Bhattacharya did not like the word Mukti Pade, which refers to the impersonal Brahman feature of the Lord. However, he was not authorized to change a word in Srimad Bhagavatam, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will explain, although the Bhattacharya changed the word in his devotional ecstasy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not approve of it. Hare Krishna. Tatenu kampasu samikshamano punjana evadma kritam vipakam hidvad vapabir vididhan namaste jiveta yo bhakti pade sadaiva. So this verse here is a very, very important verse for devotees in this moment in spiritual life. This is one of the essential verses in Satsvarup Maharaj's book, Reading with the Scriptures, or Living with the Scriptures. I think it's called. Living with the Scriptures. This verse comes up either first or second. I think it even comes up first. So this is a very, very important verse. Om Jnana Timiranda Shakinanjana Shalaka Chakshur Amritam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadasi Swakarantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Bhagavatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Nante Shri Vishakam Radam Shah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jayapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Bhakta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwavanuswati Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyascha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I just want to ask a humble question. How many of our devotees here know this verse? How many of you know this verse? Haribol, Macho Prabhu, where did you come? Dat Joachim Valen, show my back. Where did you come from? Just now?
Just when your eyes were closed.
Oh, what a nice surprise. I feel very embarrassed now. I've never spoken in front of Rancho ever in my life, I think.
Well, okay.
I don't think I
It's a
have.
great opportunity for me now.
Oh, it's not. It's a terrible opportunity. Now I'm really shaking. I'm shaking up now. I'm like a leaf on a tree. Oh, so how many of our devotees know this verse? 1, 2?
Well, you know, it's very familiar to me, but I can't remember what it means.
This is the prayer of Lord Brahma, where he's saying that that I will tolerate any situation and engage in devotional service, whatever the circumstance, and offer obeisances to the Lord. And it's unconditional. It's a prayer of unconditional service to the Lord. I'll just go through that translation again. One who seeks your compassion and thus tolerates all kinds of adverse conditions due to the karma of his past deeds, who engages always in your devotional service with his mind, words and body, and who always offers obeisances unto you, is certainly a bona fide candidate for becoming your unallowed devotee. In the Nectar Dosh, it's a very, very important verse. So I would request anyone to learn this verse. I remember I came across this verse in the Brahmachari ashram at the Mana one afternoon. I was reading, I think, the 4th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and this verse came up. And it was such an important verse. I found it such an important verse. Immediately I wrote it down and learned that verse. So this may be helpful in your devotional life, this verse, such an important verse. So, in this particular instance now, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who had just been converted from practically, he was a raving Mayavadi. He was the leader of the Mayavadis. In fact, Mayavadi sannyasis used to come to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who was a Grihastha, to be trained in Vedanta philosophy. They'd be trained up in the philosophy of Vedanta Sutra, Upanishads, and other, mainly Shruti Pramanas, or the Vedic Shastras. So it was very dry philosophical understanding that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had. And of course Lord Chaitanya very expertly converted him in a wonderful, expert way. That's why this particular chapter is such a wonderful chapter to make a play out of. It's a wonderful chapter. There's so many things in this chapter that bring out the philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now in his devotional ecstasy, he's completely exuberant, and he's free. He feels liberated, and he's ecstatic. And in his ecstatic love and his ecstatic emotions that have been released by the Lord, by the mercy of the Lord. Previously, he was all trapped in his 4 walls of Gyan and Vairagya and the dryness of Mayavad Bhashya. But now he's been liberated from that prison, that hell of the mental hell of Gyan, and he's coming to Bhakti. And now in ecstasy he wants to change this, but he can't stand the word Mukti. Because we find the Vedantists, they're using word Mukti, Brahman, Atma, Paramatma. These are words used by them. They will never use words like Krishna, Govinda. They won't use personal words to describe God. Om. They're very fond of Om. Let's try Om together. Okay? Let's just chant Om. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
Om.